Frederick von Bierstube here, your award-winning TV interviewer. My assignment today, a special interview with a very special young man on behalf of Dodge dealers everywhere. Here he is now, Mr. X.
Hi. Sorry I'm late. I was offering a tipperillo to the lady outside.
Yes, I see. Mr. X has just told you why he was selected for this interview. Do you know why you were selected, Mr. X?
Well, I guess so. They said something about because it's of how I've changed in the last 2, 3, 4 years, right?
Right.
Break it out or something, right?
Right. Would you be more specific, for instance, about offering a tipperillo to a lady?
Well, just a couple of years ago, I wouldn't even smoke them myself, wouldn't even smoke filter cigarettes. I thought they were, kind of far out.
Go on.
I was what you could call your typical sheep,
Sheep?
One of the herd, in a rut. Never tried anything new or different. A slave to habit, if you get my meaning.
And now?
Well, now I'm in a breakout model, boy. I play pool with my daughter on a gold table.
No.
Oh, I wouldn't kid about anything like that. I bought my wife a wig for her birthday.
Oh, what about it?
Well, I used to think you ought to be at least bald, Last summer, I wore Bermuda shorts. Last winter, I went skiing. And I split my ballot in the last election.
I see.
For lunch today, I started with snails. Snails!
Fantastic.
And butter sauce with garlic,
Yeah. I should hope to tell you, but let's move on. You've seen this sign around town?
Sure.
And?
I drive Chevelles. See? Always drive Chevrolet cars. Have for years.
Isn't that a little out of character? A little compellingly compulsive? Chevelle?
I don't think I follow you.
The tipperillo, the skis, the wig, shorts, gold pool table, the snails.
Well, I've always bought Chevrolet cars. My father did before me, too.
Lots of people are changing. You want to see an interesting fact? This report from the R.L. Polk people shows how many conquest sales each brand made for every 100 of their own owners they lost to competition. Compare Chevrolet and Dodge. For every 100 owners it lost, Chevrolet gained only 57.4 new owners for Chevy brands by conquest. Dodge gained 169.7 new owners of Dodge brands for every 100 old owners lost.
How about that?
How about that, indeed? Don't you think a man of your daring, foresight, and adaptability to change ought to at least check out Dodge Coronet before buying a Chevelle out of habit?
Well, when you put it that way, I gotta go along with you.
And the point is that Dodge Coronet gives you important reasons to change, important advantages over Chevelle, and everything people look for in a new car. What do you look for?
Well, you got your styling, your performance, your ride and handling. You got your comfort and convenience, your durability, your price, and so on and so forth.
All right, you tell me. Now, look at both cars. What's the first thing you notice about styling?
Coronet looks bigger.
You bet your sweet tape measure it looks bigger. It is bigger. 2 inches longer wheelbase. A big 6 inches longer overall. Plus lines that make it look bigger and more substantial. What else do you notice?
Well, Coronet appears to be, fancier, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, and it's true. Well, just look at the differences in trim, in bright work, between Coronet 440 and Malibu. Look at them from the rear. Same kind of difference. Coronet 440 has the added ornamentation and flair of that trim between the taillights. Chevelle Malibu is surprisingly plain. Up front, same kind of contrast. Look at the big, solid-looking bumper and the attractive grille of the Coronet. Chevelle has a much less appealing grille, and that big slot in the Chevelle bumper adds nothing, either to its strength or its looks. Trim level is what it's called by the stylists, and Coronet definitely has a higher exterior trim level than Chevelle in every series. Now, how about a look inside?
Well, now, that's what you call your standoff. You're even Steven, eh?
Yeah, both Coronet 440 and Chevelle are good-looking, well-appointed cars inside. But there are some important differences that have to do with styling, comfort, and convenience, even safety. For starters, look at the glove box in the Chevelle.
Looks big, very big. You might say even huge.
Yeah? Push the button.
Hey, this isn't the glove box. That's the glove box.
Disenchanting, ain't it? Look at it next to the big, convenient glove box in the Coronet.
Well, that's a pretty little thing, the glove box.
A grant you that. But there are a lot of those little things, and they add up.
Oh, yeah? Name 3.
All right. 1. Coronet has better visibility all around. Higher windshield opening, much, much bigger backlight. Higher windows. 2. Coronet has a safety inside door handle that won't be accidentally pulled open in a panic situation. Chevelle's is the ordinary pull-up type. 3. Coronet has a rear-view mirror safety mounting with a ball joint at each end. It swings out of the way on impact. Chevelle's mirror is mounted with a breakaway support at the top, which could be broken unintentionally.
All right already, all right.
I'm not through yet. 4. Coronet has gauges for water temperature and alternator charge. Chevelle has idiot lights.
Now, wait, just one memento there, buddy.
No offense, that's a term used in the trade. 5. Coronet's fresh air vent controls are right next to the steering column where the driver can reach them easily. The right side control on Chevelle is a long, long reach across the front seat. 6. Coronet's brake pedal in cars with automatic transmission is a full inch wider than Chevelle's for greater safety and easy braking with the left foot. Coronet's brakes are much bigger, too. Little things? Well, some are, but there are a heck of a lot of them, and they add up to a big Coronet advantage. Now, here's one that's not so little. Coronet is actually bigger than Chevelle in 9 out of 10 interior comfort dimensions. Things like headroom, legroom, hip room, seat depth.
You don't say.
I do say. Well, how about it? Think there might be a reason to make another change in your life?
Well, maybe, but I think I'll have to see some more, like construction and engines and rides, stuff like that there.
Construction? See this? This is more than just a rocker panel in Coronet. It's actually the frame as well. That's the way Coronet is put together. Coronet has unibody construction. Body and frame, all one solid welded unit of rugged box sections. Chevelle has a separate body and frame bolted together. Rust protection. Coronet bodies are both dipped and sprayed in rust preventive solutions and prime coat to thoroughly cover vulnerable areas. Chevelle bodies are only sprayed. While we're talking construction, let me show you a couple of ways Coronet construction gives you extra convenience. In the trunk.
Well, you take your modern-day trunks. They're all the same, all the same.
Look at these two next to one another and tell me that. Notice 3 things about them. Coronet's spare tire out of the way under the floor. Chevelle's right smack in the middle. Full coverage textured rubber mat in Coronet covers only the center portion in Chevelle. A low convenience sill, easy to load and unload in Coronet. In Chevelle, it's a long, long haul up over the sill from either the ground or the bottom of the trunk.
And none of us getting any younger, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about power and performance.
That old go, 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 right?
Right.
Yeah.
Engine lineups are very similar in all but the high-performance cars. Both Coronet and Chevelle have 5 engine choices from 6 to performance V8, and horsepower ratings are roughly equivalent. In the high-performance cars, the Coronet RT and the Chevelle SS396, it's a different story. The RT offers a standard 440 cubic inch engine at 375 horsepower. The SS396 rates at only 325 horses. And the RT optional 426 Hemi outpowers the optional SS396 engine 425 to 350. The story in transmissions is flexibility and availability. Coronet offers a 3-speed manual, the responsive and economical 3-speed torque flight automatic, and a 4-speed manual. In a Chevelle, the 3-speed manual is standard, and you can get only the sluggish and uneconomical 2-speed automatic with most engines. To get a 3-speed automatic, you have to buy the SS396 package. Ride? It's an old story. You get a soft ride in a Chevelle, great on a smooth road. Coronet, too. But when the going gets rough, that's when Coronet's torsion air ride makes a big difference. You get a more controlled ride with Coronet's torsion bar and leaf spring suspension. Recovery is quicker after a bad bump. And you also get less squat when you start, less dip when you stop, less lean on a turn. Well, convinced?
Okay, so you got your advantages. You got your superior features. You got your bigger, better-looking car. But I notice you haven't mentioned price, eh?
Yeah. Glad you brought that up. I just happen to have a chart that shows Coronet and Chevelle are priced as close together as Minneapolis and St. Paul. In fact, the price difference between 4-door sedans of Chevelle Malibu and Coronet 440 comes to about $3 per month on a 2-year contract after an average down payment.
Peanuts! Well, it's like I always say, a man should get himself in a rut. Now, you take your ordinary car buyer, buys the same car all the time, you know? Just habit, just sheep. You gotta look around. You gotta break out. See what's happening. What's in the market, right?
Right.
Have a Tipperillo?